Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into something really fascinating, defying age. We're going to be looking at a book by Dr. Ian K. Smith called Eat Your Age, Feel Younger, Be Happier, Live Longer. And some of these stories in here are absolutely mind-blowing.
I know some of the people that he highlights are just incredible.
I mean, it makes you wonder, like...
It does. Like, how is that even possible?
He's got like a 75-year-old who runs a 100-meter dash in under 14 seconds.
Wow.
And the world's oldest female bodybuilder.
Really?
She's 86.
It's like, are they superhuman? Is there something special about that?
Yeah, is there some sort of fountain of youth?
Right.
But that's what's so cool about Dr. Smith's approach.
Okay.
He doesn't promise any magic bullets or anything.
Okay.
He really emphasizes that these incredible feats are the results of like deliberate choices and understanding the science of aging and applying that knowledge, you know, to live healthier, more fulfilling lives. So it's not just chance.
No.
It's not just genetic.
That's just genetic.
It's like you have the power to actually...
We have so much power over how we age.
To impact how you age.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about this science of aging.
So Dr. Smith lays out 15 key ingredients for what he calls glorious aging.
Right.
Some are what you would expect, you know, like getting enough sleep.
Sure.
Regular exercise. But there's some surprising ones, too.
Oh, really?
Like prioritizing dental health and incorporating fermented foods into your diet.
Fermented foods. That's not one I would have guessed.
Yeah, right. It's not something you typically think of when you think about aging well.
Yeah.
But it highlights how he's really looking at the whole picture.
Yeah.
You know, how we often compartmentalize our health.
Oh, yeah.
Physical health, mental health, even our dental health as separate things.
Right.
But in reality, they're all interconnected. They all work together.
Right.
So let's dive into these 15 ingredients a little bit.
Sure.
What are some that really jumped out at you, either as like particularly important or surprising?
Well, let's start with sodium intake.
Okay.
We all know too much salt is not good for us.
Yeah.
But what's sneaky is how much sodium is hidden in processed foods.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like serving sizes are always like deceptively small.
It's like,
you're like, oh, it's one serving, but who eats one serving?
Right, exactly. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
You look at a bag of chips and it seems low in sodium.
Per serving, yeah.
Right, per serving. But
you eat the whole bag.
If there are 3 servings in the bag, you're getting way more sodium than you thought.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for that.
Definitely been there.
Yeah.
Okay, what about alcohol?
Okay.
Is there like a right or wrong kind?
Well, regardless of the type, moderation is key.
Okay.
The CDC guidelines are pretty clear on this.
No more than 1 drink per day for women.
Okay.
And 2 for men.
So it's not about whether it's wine or beer or...
No, it's more about the quantity.
Okay, so that whole like red wine is good for you thing, that's a myth.
Right. Red wine does have antioxidants.
Yeah.
But if you're exceeding the recommended guidelines, it's not going to do you any good.
Okay.
It all comes down to balance.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of things that we might not think about, dentist visits.
Yes.
That was a surprising one on the list.
That was a surprising one.
I feel like a lot of people, myself included, only go to the dentist when there's an emergency.
Right. It's like an emergency only kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
But it's so important for preventative care. Catching things early can save you a lot of discomfort.
And money.
And money down the road.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that there's a connection between oral health and overall well-being. Yeah, dentists can spot signs of other health conditions you didn't even know you had.
Wow, so it's like a checkup for your whole body.
It is.
And not just your teeth.
It is.
That's amazing.
Okay,
one more. I've got to ask about stress.
Of course.
You know, we all know it's not good for us.
Right.
But he really goes into how damaging chronic stress is.
Yeah, what's interesting is there was a Yale study that linked chronic stress to accelerated aging.
Seriously?
At the DNA level.
Like it actually changes.
Yeah, it can actually speed up the aging process in our cells.
Our DNA.
That's a little scary.
It is concerning.
Yeah.
But there is a hopeful takeaway from this.
Right.
The same study found that people who are really good at managing their emotions and regulating stress actually had what they call younger biological clocks.
So like chilling out isn't just good for like your mood.
Right.
It's good for like
It's good for your cells.
Your cells, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know that Dr. Smith also gets into...
Medical dangers by decade.
He does?
So let's dive into that next and see what we should be looking out for as we get older.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we've talked about like the big picture stuff.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the specifics a little bit.
Okay.
What to watch out for in each decade. You know?
He calls them medical dangers by decade.
Yeah, like a heads up so you can be proactive.
Exactly. Knowledge is power.
Right. So let's start with our 30s.
Okay.
What kind of stuff should people be thinking about?
Well, one that's often overlooked, especially for women,
Okay.
is iron deficiency.
Iron deficiency, okay.
You might think it's just feeling tired,
Yeah.
but it can manifest in some surprising ways.
Oh, like what?
Think pale skin,
Huh.
headaches, even strange cravings.
Right?
And this is especially important for vegetarians and vegans to be mindful of their iron intake.
Yeah.
Because plant-based iron isn't absorbed as easily.
Makes sense. All right. What about guys? Anything specific they should be watching out for?
Testicular cancer is definitely one to be aware of.
Testicular cancer.
Yeah. It can be tricky because some men don't have any symptoms in the early stages.
That's scary.
It is.
So how can they stay on top of it?
There's a simple self-exam
Okay.
that guys can do regularly to check for any lumps or abnormalities.
So it's all about early detection.
Early detection is key with this one.
Got it. Okay. Moving into the 40s.
Right.
What kind of stuff starts to become a concern?
Well, for women, calcium loss is a big one.
Calcium loss.
It's another sneaky one.
Oh.
Because there might not be any noticeable symptoms until it's pretty advanced.
So it's like one of those silent threats.
You
don't know it's happening until it's too late.
Right.
Okay, so what can women do?
Being proactive with your calcium intake.
Okay.
Making sure you're getting enough through diet or supplements.
Okay. And I imagine like high cholesterol, heart disease, that stuff starts becoming more of a concern too.
Absolutely. Those are definitely things to be mindful of as we enter our 40s and beyond.
Okay. It's all about being proactive, taking control of your health.
Right.
Now, reading about those people in the beginning of the book, the 75-year-old sprinter, the 86-year-old bodybuilder.
Incredible.
It's almost hard to believe.
I know.
Like, how is that even possible?
It's truly inspiring.
Yeah.
But you know what's even more inspiring?
What's that?
He also shares stories of everyday people who made significant changes to their lifestyle.
Yeah.
And saw remarkable results.
Yeah, Jack and Jackie.
Yeah.
He talks about them.
Yeah, Jack was pre-diabetic and managed to reverse it.
Wow.
Through diet and exercise.
It's just through lifestyle changes.
Yeah. And Jackie was struggling with high cholesterol and weight gain. And she made similar changes.
Yeah.
And saw incredible improvements in her health.
And what I love about these stories is that they're so relatable.
Right.
It's not about being a super athlete.
It shows that anyone can do it.
Yeah, anyone can make these changes. Now, on top of all this, he also gives us a list of the top 10 power nutrients we should be focusing on.
For optimal aging.
It's like a cheat sheet for healthy eating.
It is. It's great.
Okay, so break it down for me.
Right.
What are some of the standouts on that list?
Well, fiber is a big one.
Fiber.
We know it's important for digestion, but our fiber needs actually change as we get older.
Oh, really? I would have thought we need more as we age.
That's what most people think.
Yeah.
But the recommended daily intake is actually higher when we're younger, and it decreases after the age of 50.
Okay, so why is that?
Well, as we get older, our digestive muscles don't contract as forcefully, and that can slow down the movement of food through our intestines.
Yeah.
So if we keep eating the same amount of fiber, it can actually lead to constipation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So less is more in that case.
Sometimes, yeah.
All right, what else? What other power nutrients should we be paying attention to?
Probiotics are definitely having a moment right now.
Probiotics.
Yeah.
They're good for gut health. But I've heard they can do a lot more than that. Like
research is showing potential benefits beyond just the gut.
Yeah, like I've heard they can boost your immune system, help with anxiety. Like it's almost too good to be true.
Right. But it's all about balance.
Oh, okay.
Our gut is home to trillions of bacteria.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
Probiotics introduce more of the good bacteria, which helps crowd out the bad.
Okay.
creates a more balanced gut microbiome.
And that affects everything.
It does.
So it's not just about your gut.
Yeah.
It's about your whole system.
It affects digestion, nutrient absorption, our immune system, even mental health.
Wow. So it's all connected.
All connected.
All right. I'm definitely going to be adding more fermented foods to my diet after this.
Yeah.
Okay. What about vitamin D?
Okay.
I know it's important for bone health, but I always thought you just needed to get enough sunlight.
Sunlight is key.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the sunshine vitamin.
Right.
But here's the thing. The amount of sunlight you need to produce enough vitamin D varies.
Oh, really?
Depending on where you live
Huh.
and the time of year.
So even if you're out in the sun, you might not be getting enough.
You might not.
Wow.
And factors like age, skin pigmentation,
Okay.
even the use of sunscreen can affect how much vitamin D your body makes.
Wow. So it's more complicated than I thought.
It is.
Okay. So we've covered fiber, probiotics, vitamin D.
Yep.
Any other power nutrients we should be paying attention to?
Well, one we haven't touched on yet that's crucial for maintaining muscle mass as we age is protein.
Protein, yeah. It's so important.
It is.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that it's not just for bodybuilders.
Right. It's not just for athletes.
Like, we all need it.
We all need it.
Especially as we get older.
Especially as we get older. Because our bodies naturally lose muscle mass as we age.
Yeah.
It's a process called sarcopenia.
Sarcopenia. Okay.
But we can slow this down by making sure we're getting enough protein.
Okay, so how much protein are we talking about here?
Well, it varies, depending on your age, activity level, overall health.
Okay.
But as a general guideline, most adults should aim for at least 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight.
Okay, so say someone weighs 150 pounds. How much protein would they need?
That would be about 54 grams of protein per day.
54 grams, okay.
Yeah. And there are so many delicious and healthy sources of protein.
Yeah, like what are some of your favorites?
Fish, chicken, beans, lentils, tofu, Greek yogurt.
It's easy to get enough protein.
It is. And this is where I think Dr. Smith's book is so helpful. He doesn't just tell you to eat more protein.
Yeah.
He provides specific meal plans for each decade, packed with these power nutrients.
Oh, so it takes all the guesswork out of it.
It does. He even includes recipes to help you get started.
So you don't have to be a chef to eat healthy.
Exactly.
I'm living all these practical tips. And speaking of practical tips, he also goes into detail about strength training.
Yes.
So let's talk about why that's so important.
Okay.
And how we can incorporate it into our lives.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we've been talking about all these amazing ingredients and things we need to be careful of as we age. But what about exercise? What role does that play in this whole eat your age thing?
Well, as we touched on earlier, movement is definitely one of his 15 key ingredients for glorious aging.
Okay.
And while any type of physical activity is good, he really emphasizes strength training.
That makes sense. I mean, we were just talking about how we naturally lose muscle as we age.
Right. So strength training is the perfect way to combat that.
Yeah, it's like use it or lose it.
Exactly.
But I think some people get intimidated by strength training.
Yeah, they think you got to be lifting these heavy weights.
Yeah, like you need a gym membership and...
Right, like got to be a bodybuilder or something.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at all.
So you don't need to be like pumping iron
to
benefit from strength training?
You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership to get a good workout.
Okay, so what are some things that people can do if they're maybe not ready to hit the gym?
Well, bodyweight exercises are great.
Okay.
You can use resistance bands. And even just simple things like carrying groceries or gardening can help build strength.
So it's really about finding activities you enjoy.
Exactly.
And just incorporating them into your daily life.
Make it a habit.
And the benefits go beyond just the physical stuff too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like what else can strength training help with?
It can improve your mood, boost cognitive function.
Wow.
Even increase bone density.
Which is so important as we get older.
Especially to prevent osteoporosis.
Yeah, it's like a win-win all around.
It really is.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
You know, from nutrition to exercise to stress management, even dental care.
It's amazing how all these pieces fit together.
It really is like a holistic approach to aging.
It is, and that's what I love about Dr. Smith's book.
Yeah.
He gives us this comprehensive roadmap for living a longer, healthier, happier life.
Yeah, he doesn't just tell you what to do.
Yeah.
He explains the why behind it. which I think is so important.
It is. It empowers you to make informed choices.
Right. Like you understand why you're doing something.
Exactly.
So you're more likely to stick with it.
Absolutely.
This has honestly been one of my favorite deep dives.
Mine too.
I feel like I learned so much.
Me too. It's really inspiring.
And I'm excited to put some of this into practice. So for everyone listening, what's one small change you can make today based on what we've talked about?
Yeah, like maybe swap that sugary drink for a glass of water.
Yeah.
Or try a new fermented food.
Yeah.
Or even just fit in a quick 10-minute strength training session.
Doesn't have to be anything huge.
No, even just getting an extra hour of sleep.
Yeah.
Or practicing a few minutes of mindfulness.
Yeah.
Can make a difference.
It's all about those little steps.
It's progress, not perfection.
Love that. Well, I hope this deep dive has left you feeling informed, empowered, maybe even a little inspired to kind of embrace this aging process with a new mindset.
To age gracefully and live our best lives.
Absolutely. And to all of you listening, thank you so much for joining us on this journey.
Thank you.
Until next time. Stay curious. Stay informed. And keep on defying those expectations.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us at Wisdom House, where we bring you timeless insights from the greatest books. If you found this deep dive valuable, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom House. Stay curious, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next video.